So there are two types of goals. We have automatic goals and transformative goals. So automatic goals are default goals that are due to your subconscious programming. They are linked to your beliefs, to your self-image, your current self-image, and what you feel like you deserve in life. These ones are very sneaky because they are under the surface, but they are very powerful at the same time. So these goals, they show themselves with the patterns in your life, the patterns in your academic results, the patterns in your bank balance, how you spend money, the patterns in your relationships, what types of relationships you are forming. So your subconscious mind is always self-regulating to a certain base point. A base point is a place where your results match your self-identity or the idea that you have of yourself. So this base point is just a feeling, right? It's just a state of mind, an outcome, right? A familiar outcome, a familiar state for your nervous system, right? It's what you feel like you deserve when. It can be good, it can be bad, it doesn't matter. It's just that it's a familiar point, it's a familiar state, it's a familiar result. Because of this base point, we find that there are people who are just successful. Sometimes they don't know why, and there are people who just keep on failing, right, and not achieving their goals, and they also don't know why. So what we need to understand is that the subconscious mind is just a goal-striving machine, right? It doesn't matter if that goal is going to do harm on you or like it's going to do good on you. It just achieves those goals. It doesn't matter if they are good for you or they're bad for you. So these automatic goals are very easy to achieve, right? It's very easy to achieve them. Whether they are good or bad, these results are very easy to achieve. They feel effortless, right? You don't even think about them, but you end up reaching that goal at the end. And I'm going to explain why they are very easy to achieve. And then we have transformative goals. These goals are the same goals that we set at the beginning of the year, right? I want to make this certain amount of money. I want to reach these results schooling. I want to do this. I want to meet this person. I want to have this relationship and everything, all of those goals. And most of the time, transformative goals are bigger than us currently. They are bigger than our reality right now. So if I can put it, these goals are very easy not to achieve. Transformative goals, it's easy not to achieve them. And I'm going to explain also why. So we fail to achieve these transformative goals because we don't set a foundation for them. We just set the goal and we don't have a foundation for them. So a foundation for these goals is a new self-image, a new self-identity. You need to completely change who you are currently in order to achieve these goals. If you don't change your current self-image, it's near damn impossible to achieve them. It's like building a double story on a four-room foundation. That is destined to fail. That is destined to collapse. So you need to change your current self-image if you want to achieve your transformative goals, because your mind and nervous system, one thing you need to know about them, they are your loyal servants. They are your most loyal servants. So they will do anything in their power in order for you to achieve goals that are consistent with this current self-image that you have right now. So anything that is not consistent with your current self-image, any goal, anything that you want to do that is not consistent with the current self-image that you have, is going to be met with resistance, because your mind wants to protect you. It wants to keep this current self-image that you have right now. So anything that is new, that is out of the ordinary, that is not consistent with your current self-image, is going to be rejected and is going to be met with resistance. Your mind is very, very intelligent. Your subconscious mind is very intelligent. It will even self-sabotage the good things. The good things, if they are not aligned with how you currently define yourself. It will self-sabotage and it will not, you won't even accept good things in your life. You will doom scroll when you know that you have an exam the following day. You will spend irresponsibly and just blow your account, right? Blow your bank balance until you see 0, but you know very well that you need to save money. you'll get a high-paying job, and then you will just self-sabotage, arrive late at work, skip meetings, right? And then eventually you'll get fired, right? And then you lose your job, and then you'll feel broke, and you go back to being broke, having no job. It's because you are used to that. You are used, your nervous system is used to not having money, to not having enough. It's used to being broke. So it will destruct, right? Self-regulate to that base point. So you set a goal that you want to achieve a certain average is in your academics this year, right? But you are busy scrolling, you are busy doing things that are not consistent with that, right? With that goal. You are self-sabotaging, even though you know now that you are this close to getting an A, but you won't study for some reason. That's how your mind does it. That's how your mind self-sabotage. So your mind just wants to choose the familiar result, right? No matter it doesn't matter if they are good or bad for you. It just wants to choose the familiar results that are consistent with how you currently define yourself. So you need to understand that our minds are not logical. Our subconscious minds are not logical. They are emotional, right? So some people will even get used to feeling abused. They will get used to having no money. They will get used to failure, right? They will get used to all of these bad emotions. It's their nervous system. It feels that it accepts anything that feels familiar, even if it's bad for you. It doesn't matter, right? That's why people get into good relationships and then they self-sabotage those relationships just to end up with someone who's abusive again, right? It doesn't even make sense. So how do we change this loop, this pattern, right, and make it work in our favor, right? So the subconscious mind is not a bad thing in it of itself, right? It's just a goal-striving machine. It's just going to achieve goals that you are setting. Everybody has goals. Even if you don't write your goals down, your subconscious mind knows the goals. It knows what you want. It knows what is familiar to you. So you can't change the effect, right? You can't change the feelings. You can't change the actions that you do. If you are lazy, you can't just, okay, now I'm not lazy, let me work. No, you can't do that. You can't just decide to be disciplined all of a sudden. What we see is just a result of an identity. Being lazy is just a result of an identity. Doom scrolling is a result of a certain identity. Spending money recklessly is a result of an identity. All of these are results. You can't change the effects, what you see right now in front of you. You can't change the results by changing the results themselves. So what we need to do is to make the change at an identity level, at the mind. You need to change your standards. You need to change your non-negotiables. You need to change what you are willing to accept from yourself from now on. You need to change your identity, your self-image, how you view yourself. And then you need to make goals on top of that, goals that are consistent with that. You need to start invalidating the old beliefs, the old thoughts, right? And then you need to replace them with new thoughts, right? And then you need to do this consistently. You need to remind yourself that I'm different now. That is the only way to hammer this new identity in your mind. This is how this thing works. You have the identity, right? The self-image, how you view yourself. That affects or produces a state of mind. That produces beliefs, the emotions, and the thoughts, right? Those beliefs, emotions, and thoughts, they will produce an intuition, things that you're compelled to do, right? I need to start studying. I need to go to the gym. I need to do this. I need to do that, right? I need to save, right? And then you will see things, right? Notice things that are consistent with your self-image. And then from that, you are going to do actions. And as those actions are going to lead to results. So for some people, it's very easy to go to the gym because they are gym goers. For some people, it's easy to study because they are geniuses. That's how they define themselves. They are geniuses and they love study. For some people, it's easy to save money because they like investing, they love investing, right? They are millionaires, that's how they define themselves. For some people, it's easy to not scroll on TikTok or Instagram or anything like that because they don't like scrolling. That's what they tell themselves here. I don't like scrolling. I don't like doing this. I don't like doing that, right? That's where your power is. So that is how we can achieve our goals. It becomes very easy. It becomes very effortless to achieve our goals, right? At the beginning I said that these goals, the automatic goals, I said it's very easy to achieve them. It's because your subconscious mind is doing the work for you, right? So now, if you want to achieve these goals that are bigger than you, these transformative goals, you need to change your identity to work for you. You need to change your self-image so that your subconscious mind will work for you in achieving these goals, not against you.